Hello, this is a video response to Thomas Sheridan about the resource-based economy. As you probably already guessed, I'm a supporter of a resource-based economy. And I'm not here to tell you that I'm completely right. Of course not. But, there's some uh, chinks in your armor, that I spotted. And, I will empower you by telling you, what are those chinks in your armor. Okay, in your argument, you use a false conversion, and I'm going to read you the definition here, just so we're clear. I'm not just making this up, and I apologize by my thick accent. Okay, false conversion: reversing the antecedent and consequent of a conditional statement or exchanging the subject and predicate terms in a universal affirmative statement and then inferring that these converted statements retain the original truth value. Well, this is like somebody comes to me, guy, one of my friends, and he says, should I date a Canadian girl? And I make some memory and say, oh, I dated a Canadian girl before, and she was just a terrible person. Therefore, this girl probably is a terrible person as well. So you should, So using that experience and believing that, if I convert my experience to his life, and that's gonna be resulting in the same outcome, that's a fallacy. Just because I had a bad experience with a Canadian girl doesn't mean that he's going to have a bad experience with a Canadian girl, right? And how this applies to the Venus Project will be, to say, well, everyone that has attempted change before, they have failed, right? Therefore, if the Venus Project attempts change, they will fail as well. That's a false conversion. Just because someone failed in the past, it doesn't mean that the Venus Project will fail. That's a false conversion. You have to give some sort of a reason why, right? So it could be addressed. Another fallacy that I spotted here was, and I'm going to read the definition as well, is appeal to tradition. The definition of appealing to tradition is attempting to persuade others of a point of view by appealing to their feelings or reverence or respect for a tradition instead of evidence, especially when a more important principle or issue is at stake. I know that's a terrible reading, but please bear with me. So basically, appeal to tradition related to the Venus Project will be, like a lot of people, I think you did, bring Hitler, Mao, and all these personalities in the past, but think about medicine. Doctors in the past, they kill more people than they heal, right? It was a suicide going to a hospital when they didn't even knew that they're supposed to wash their hands, right? But that was back then. Today, they can really fix you up. If you break a bone or something, and you go to the hospital, they will fix you up, right? So it's a good thing now, but it used to be a terrible thing in the past. When you went to the doctor in the past, it was pretty serious, right? But today, nobody would even, dream of telling people, oh, don't go to the hospital, that's, just a 2-inch flesh wound in your abdomen. It will be okay. You'll be better off not going to the doctor, That would be crazy, right? Why? Because knowledge has progressed, right? So now, what used to be a bad thing, now is a good thing. Thanks to the fact that doctors now know what they're doing, right? So the same thing with the Venus Project, So what if in the past people tried change and it turned out to be, an infectious disease on society? Doesn't mean that's going to be the case today. Besides, no one can prevent change, right? Just because, we can stay on this system for 1 or 2, 3, 5 years more before it completely collapses. It doesn't mean that, we should, right? We should prepare to change and change into something better. Okay. Well, anyway, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching.